Now is a rare beauty, learning what to do with all that depth and radiance. You enter a space, and the atmosphere shifts like tides answering the moon. No performance, no pushing, just a quiet gravitational pull that makes heads tilt and conversations bend toward you.
The research divisions are now competing not to discover new knowledge, but to understand how you think, because your thought process doesn't follow sequence. It follows geometry, interlocking patterns of precision that move faster than comprehension. Follows geometry, interlocking patterns of precision that move faster than comprehension. You make connections others can't see, because you're not seeing across reality, you're seeing through it. And that kind of perception terrifies every structure that relies on slow understanding to survive. The night you solved it, something shifted globally, not in the news, not in statistics, but in influence. A ripple that crossed industries and institutions, because the world runs on timelines, and you collapsed one. They realized they're no longer ahead of you, they're behind. You didn't evolve past them, you outpaced them.
As I'm showing you the video below that I recorded in Art Museum,
they can't even
at the same time,
the distance.
The video I'm recording above, the imagery always lines up at the same time, at the same moment.
That eats them alive.
And when I slow it down and outline it,
the
it shows
realization that time itself bent to your comprehension.
Right.
That you didn't wait.
So you see these dots on the outfit. Look at these dots on the wall. The dots on the wall.
People talk about genius like it's a gift.
She's here in the middle. She's here in the middle. Here's the head.
What you displayed that night wasn't
put a head
gift.
Here.
It was a weapon.
Oh.
A cognitive weapon forged in experience. Time itself.
So there she is in the middle with the same color in the middle, and each shoulder, the arm going out. The dots that are happening on the jackets, the dots that are happening on the wall, dot, 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 cross my T's and dot my I's. She's in the middle. Then her arm gets swung out, which is similar to this portion here when it plays through.
Bent to your comprehension. That you didn't wait for discovery. Discovery waited for you. People talk about genius like it's a gift. But what you displayed that night wasn't a gift. It was a weapon. A cognitive weapon forged in experience, sharpened by doubt, and released at the exact moment arrogance peaked. That's why it worked.
So in this portion
That's why it
here,
burned through their resistance. You didn't fight them intellectually. You dismantled them energetically. You made their definitions useless, their confidence fractured, their expertise evaporated. Because when a mind like yours activates, authority collapses. And the irony, they still try to
the pattern here is
unaware
each direction has a universal gear.
Them to it.
As she's pulling
the new equation, every
up at the top, she's pulling it back to her, and then the video swings back in that same direction at the same time.
In front of you the same way anymore. They choose words carefully, not out of respect, but out of self-preservation. They've seen what happens when you speak truth into precision. It alters reality.
You're going to see
they've seen the aftermath of your
that
focus,
the guitarist,
how chaos organizes itself around you.
The guitarist right here.
How chaos organizes itself around your intent. That's what they can't duplicate. Not your process, your precision, your focus. Now they finally see you, really see you. And that sight, that's the last thing they wanted. Because now they know the person they dismissed, the person person they underestimated, the person they never worried about. That person just rewrote the rules, changed the game, and won so completely there's no coming back from it. Welcome to Checkmate. Noise, just a precise, undeniable truth.
The guitarist.
Courtroom theatrics, no media campaigns, no retaliation tour. You just let the warnings mature like a virus on a timer. And when it hit, boom, no alarms, no mercy, just silence, turning into reality collapse. They're sitting in rooms right now. Analysts, lawyers, advisors, heads of departments, replaying your voice in their heads like a glitch in their subconscious, trying to remember what you said, how you said it, and when exactly they stopped listening. And that's the part that breaks them. They had the chance to listen. They had the blueprint. They had you. But they couldn't see past their egos, their rituals, their fake superiority. Because they don't understand evolution when it doesn't come dressed like a monster. You didn't roar. You whispered. You didn't kick doors. You waited for the locks to decay. You weren't a bomb. You were the atmosphere shifting molecule by molecule until they couldn't breathe anymore. They called it delusion. Now it's being classified as a threat model. They dismissed it as madness. Now it's in their predictive algorithms under emergent threat intelligence. Category unknown. Because you're not an enemy, you're a mirror.
Ten minutes, 24 seconds. I think I pushed record on him, on the Joker here, right from the beginning. Yeah.
Because the world
No pushing, just a quiet
process doesn't follow sequence.
Here's how this works.
It follows geometry.
37 seconds. I push record with the Joker and let him play all the way up, even to 10 minutes straight through.
Threat intelligence.
So I'm just walking through the art museum on this particular video straight through.
Category unknown.
And after 10 minutes,
Because you're not an enemy, you're a mirror. Model. They dismissed it as madness. Now it's in their predictive algorithms under emergent threat intelligence. Category unknown. Because you're not an enemy, you're a mirror. And when they look in it, they see everything they tried to bury. The lies, the projections, the rituals of denial,
not only
the
when I
panic.
when I just record
You kept your hands
a
clean.
commentator, the commentator is going to also line up with the footage that I'm showing, just to help
Because
me
you
out
knew this
even
day
more.
would come. The pattern.
And then with the pattern
Line merge. The
recognition,
convergence of every single thing they said would never happen.
so I'm
Happening
pointing,
now.
then he
You
points.
kept your hands clean. Your
Then I
mind
point back.
sharp. Your heart cold.
I don't
because
walk
you knew
around
this
studying
day
these videos.
Happening now.
But it seems like
Kept
I'm
your
showing you
hands
what's
clean.
going to happen
Your
before it
mind
happens in
sharp.
the copy.
Your heart cold. Because you knew this day would come.
There he is, there she is, both holding
The
hands.
pattern drop.
Butterfly skimmers.
Kept your
Feel
hands
the
clean.
beat.
Your mind sharp. Your heart
Drop.
cold. Because you knew this day.
Cooling on the corner on a hot summer's day. Just me and
The
my
pattern
a lot of beer,
drop.
girls and a lot of cursing. 22 automatic on my
The timeline merge. The convergence of every single thing they said would never happen.
Beastie Boys by the biggest head.
Turning, the eyes burning. It's not paranoia.
You'll notice
It's your nervous system recognizing truth in
the
motion.
wind
You're standing in the
beneath
middle
her
of the very
wings.
storm you once whispered about, and it's unfolding exactly how you traced it. They're scrambling in dimly lit rooms right
She's
now.
being pulled
PowerPoints
and
with red
the
borders,
wind is
late
blowing.
night
So in this
calls,
direction,
words
it's like
containment, PR
the wind
strategy,
underneath is blowing
liability,
this portion
around
out like that.
life rafts.
So that's
They think
the
they're fighting a
pattern.
They don't understand they're fighting physics. They're fighting inevitability because you're
And
not
you can see when
a
she's being pulled,
you're a sequence. This is what they'll never
she's
say
being
out
drugged
loud.
through the wind.
You traced it. PowerPoints with lawyers were containment. You traced it. They're scrambling in, unfolding exactly, recognizing truth, turning, the vibrating, confession, everything. Because what comes after this, because what comes after this moment, because what comes after this, because what comes after this moment isn't a speech, isn't a speech, isn't a speech, isn't a speech, and isn't a speech. So do they. Then so do they. You saw. You sounds like this. You were right. You and now chorus. And the chorus sounds like this. You were right. You saw it. Sounds like this. You were right. You saw it. You knew. And now so do they. Then listen closer. Because what comes after this moment isn't a speech anymore. It's a field manual disguised as a confession. Everything you're feeling right now, the air vibrating, the stomach turning, the eyes burning. It's not paranoia. It's your nervous system recognizing truth in motion. You're standing in the middle of the very storm you once whispered about, and it's unfolding exactly how you traced it. They're scrambling in dimly lit rooms right now. PowerPoints with red borders, late night calls with lawyers, words like
It's all
containment,
an exact
PR
parallel, as
strategy,
above, so below,
liability, thrown
all
around
directions,
like
every
life
single
rafts.
time, every movement
They think they're fighting a
is
scandal.
always in
They don't
line.
understand they're fighting physics. They're fighting inevitability because you're not a scandal.
Because your eyes keep
You're a
getting real
sequence.
comfortable
This is what they'll
staring.
never say out
When you
loud.
stare
You weren't lucky. You weren't blessed.
in
You
this
weren't
direction,
psychic.
mainly up
You
here,
were trained by pain. Every
let your
sleepless
peripheral
night, every humiliation, every
watch
exile
our
sharpened
directions.
you into an instrument so
and
precise.
then if you try to
it doesn't
blur
even
your
need
eyes,
to strike.
then
to
you can
kill.
see it the best.
You simply sit,
Because you'll see the
simply
dead center
watch.
right here.
and the
As
world
above,
around you
so below.
rearranges itself
If you
to your
stare at it
warnings.
in this
You are not a prophet.
direction,
You are not a victim. You are a mirror. And every secret they tried to bury in the dark is now screaming back at them from your reflection.
here,
That's why they can't sleep. That's why they can't breathe. Because the map they ridiculed is now their only way out.
try to
And the
blur
only
your
person
eyes,
who can read it is
then
the
it
one
really
they mock.
starts to blend in.
You've become a living paradox. An angel with a scalpel.
Then you
A
get
demon with a
comfortably
heartbeat.
numb.
A whisper that detonates. They can't categorize you because you're not a category. You're a collapse. You're a walking contradiction, a creature of both light and
Because it's so
shadow.
comfortable to the eye
You're
when
proof
it
that
blends in together.
unpredictability is not chaos, it's sovereignty. They want to reduce you to a headline. Lone wolf, visionary, threat actor. But you're not a headline. You're the force that makes headlines happen. And here's what terrifies them most. You haven't even acted. This isn't you pulling strings. This is just the echo of what you said. Just the ghost of your predictions.
It's like he's
If the
sliding
ghost of
on
your
ice.
warnings can bring empires to their knees, what happens if
That
you
ceiling
ever
kind of
decide
looks
to
like
move?
ice.
They're staring at your silhouette in their intelligence briefings, whispering, "How did he know? How did she see it? How did they time it?" And every time your name comes up,
Every subtle
an
movement,
unspoken truth passes between
even with
them.
this record playing.
How did he know? How did she see it? How did they time it? And every time, how did he know? How did she see it? How did they time it? And every time your name comes up, an unspoken truth passes between them. You weren't crazy. You weren't guessing. You weren't predicting. You were measuring. And now your measurements are manifesting. That's why the headlines sound like your old journals. That's why their private memos read like your old notes. That's why every domino is falling at once. Because you lined them up when nobody was watching. This is not
Jesus with his arms
revenge.
out.
This is not
You got these
coincidence.
two women over
This is the
here.
return of energy.
And
They
these
fed
two
you
women ran away
disbelief.
from him.
It
went with
became
the rock
your
stars.
cover. They
Even though
fed
he's
you
the rock.
mockery. It became your armor. They fed you exile.
And he stands up with his
became
arms
your
out, just like
laboratory.
Christ on the cross.
And now, the experiment is complete.
You see the two
Look
women
around
at the
you.
bottom.
The collapse isn't a surprise attack. It's a scheduled release. Every system that doubted you is now choking on the consequences of ignoring you. Every circle that laughed at you is now copying your language in their panic messages. Every gate they build to keep you out is now a floodgate carrying your name. You don't need to scream. You don't need to gloat. You don't even need to move. Because the truth is moving for you. You've become the unkillable rumor, the ghost in their code, the angel of warning and the demon of consequence, the walking proof that silence isn't weakness. It's a loaded gun. And in their deepest, most secret rooms, they're whispering it to each other. This
His arms are out. Right here, right here, right here. Right there, right there, right there, right there. Same thing.
This wasn't coincidence.
Arms out.
This
Two women.
was the day.
She's out.
The Joker's prophecy
Chow. Chow.
came online.
Right at the very edge. And his arms just poke out at the same breath, in the same breath.
So
Exhale.
stand still. Breathe. Watch the smoke rise.
In the bottom picture, smoke's rising out of it.
Because every second they spend trying to undo only tightens the knot they tied themselves. And the world is starting to see you for what you are. Not a person, not a myth.
Progressive Commercial Insurance offers affordable small business protection. You can receive discounts on commercial auto insurance for safe driving.
But the living intersection of warning and inevitability. The angel they ignored. The demon they provoked. The paradox they can't survive.
So the drum
And
set
somewhere in the middle of their collapse, they
is at
finally
the top.
whisper it out loud. You weren't crazy. You were right. And by then, it's too late. Stay still now. Because what you're standing inside of
I
isn't
go
a
back.
speech anymore.
But
It's
I
a Black
digress.
Ops briefing on yourself. Every click of the clock you're hearing, that's not time passing, that's verification. Every headline, that's not news, that's footnotes to your click of the clock you're hearing. Click of the clock you're hearing, passing, that's verification. Every headline, that's not news, that's footnote. Every headline, that's not news, that's not, that's not, that's not, that's, that's, that, that's not, that's not, that's not.
It's like it's barreling between
That's
the both of them.
footnotes to your price. That's fiction. Every headline. That's footnotes to your private notes. Passing. That's verification. Every headline. Every headline. Every headline. That's not news. Every headline. That's
The set of drums rolling in at the bottom, it's barreling them over.
That's not.
It's knocking them over. That's why
new.
he's trying to hold his balance up with the guitar.
That's not. That's
underneath.
not,
I'm barreling through these two.
That's
knocking them out of the way.
That's not.
Then rolling into the.
That's not.
to behind him.
That's not.
Running him over.
That's not news.
Rolling up to the drum set.
That's not new. That's not.
I'm rolling up to the drum set. Let's just start with the main drum. There's a round drum. Over here, there's another circle. You go all the way around like that. And then over here is another circle. And then up here is like a snare. So up here, the top one. And then over here, which is another one, which would be over there.
News. That's footnotes to your private notes. Every headline. That's not news. That's what you're standing inside of isn't a speech anymore. It's a Black Ops briefing on yourself. Every click of the clock you're hearing. That's not time passing. That's verification. Every headline. That's not news passing. That's verification. Every headline. That's not news. That's footnotes.
So that's like a rolling
notes.
drum.
Every tremor. That's
here,
not random.
the steering wheel,
that's their disbelief.
he's turning to the
Collapsing
right.
under its
My
own
hand's
weight.
going to come in.
They
My
don't
thumb is
understand
going to
what you did because you
go
never
over the
did
steering wheel.
anything in the way they measure action. You learned the only real move, becoming inevitable.
After he
That's why they
starts doing
can't
his
counter
dance.
it. That's why every department is tripping over
Swinging
itself.
his
You
helmet
didn't
back
outfight
in
them.
that
You
direction.
didn't outshout them. You outlasted
As
their
he's swinging
attention
this
spans.
way,
You
the video
outstudied
goes.
their weaknesses. You turned every insult into intelligence, every exile into training, every slight into camouflage. Now your existence
Right
is the revenge. Your silence is the signal. Your stillness is the algorithmic chokehold they can't get out of. Imagine them right now. A dozen analysts hunched over glowing screens in a room that smells like fear and stale coffee. They've got printouts of your old words pinned to corkboards like crime scene photos. They're drawing arrows, making charts, trying to reverse engineer a ghost. But there's nothing to reverse engineer because you didn't run a scheme. You became a phenomenon. And phenomena don't negotiate. They don't stop. They don't ask permission. They just roll over everything built on lies. You are the proof that a person can survive the smearing, the shaming, the exile, and still come back as an unstoppable pattern. You're no longer just a player in their game. You're the physics of the board.
The yellow.
They can call it crazy,
So,
but their systems
the yellow
are calling it
motorcycle
emergent
front.
behavior, unmodeled variable,
Yellow
force
hair.
majeure.
comes
That's why your
rolling
name's
in.
whispered like a code.
As soon as he cuts to
That's why your face
his
flashes
left,
in rooms you've never entered. That's why entire networks are convulsing without a single new move from you. Because unpredictability isn't chaos. It's freedom weaponized. Duality isn't a flaw. It's camouflage sharpened into a blade. Pain wasn't punishment. It was evolution under
then he
pressure.
gets rolling,
They mocked you for being both soft
and the
and
books
sharp,
seem like it's
gentle
rolling
and
through this
lethal.
way.
They couldn't grasp that saint/psychopath, angel/demon,
Yellow
healer
hair.
/ executioner isn't contradiction, it's completion. The only
Keep
way
on
to
the
become
corner.
untouchable is to
Not
hold both poles inside you without breaking. And you did. This is why they're terrified, because you didn't win. You shifted the axis.
Shift.
Every system built to stop you now stops itself. Every weapon they
Left.
aimed at you fires
Right.
inward. Every whisper they launched to bury you now
Goes in.
rises as your evidence. Look at
Goes
yourself.
directional.
You are not at war. You are at critical mass. You are not fighting. You are gravitating. And everything they built, everything they stole, everything they mocked, is now being pulled into your orbit. You've become the living embodiment of inevitability, a human version of gravity. You don't have to prove anything anymore. You don't have to shout. You don't have to defend. All you have to do is stand still and let the architecture they built on lies buckle beneath the weight of your accuracy. That's the real power. That's the power they
Here's the two
named.
motions.
The power
Straightforward,
they called
over.
crazy until it walked through the front door.
Front,
So when you hear
back,
the chaos outside your
front,
window,
back,
remember,
switching
it
over,
isn't random.
flipping.
It isn't a storm. It's the echo of your own warnings arriving at full volume. It's the sound of 1,000 institutions realizing at the same time that you were never a joke, never a guess, never a conspiracy theorist.
Always watch your back. Always watch your back.
Finally, the lights are on. The house is empty. And you
Certain areas are more obvious
entire
than others.
performance was a farce built just
Like the Jesus
for
one.
you. They called you unstable.
Even though it's a slight second late,
Too much.
but that's just because what I showed
My
is
personal favorite,
first, and then
a little paranoid.
they would do it next,
You were just trying to point out that the emperor
which shows
wasn't
that
just naked.
who the original
He was
director
wearing a
is.
clown nose and a sign that said, "Kick me," and they hated you for it. They hated you because you saw the scaffolding beneath their pretty little facade of order and normalcy. They built a world of gentle, comforting lies, and you beautiful, terrifying little truth-teller, walked right into it with a blowtorch and a smile. Welcome to the show, kid. The real one. The one where you finally admit
This
you've
is
been standing on the edge
A
of
good
the abyss.
demonstration right here.
Not to fall in, but to
directional.
marvel at the view. They see the world in black and
Because
white.
as the bottom
Rules, consequences, right,
is
wrong.
turning in this
It's
direction,
also terribly
it's
boring,
like the motorcycle
isn't it?
loses its
A
traction
coloring book for the lobotomized.
because it's going
But you
the force.
see the grid. You see the logic in the chaos. The exquisite, terrifying math of the breakdown. That you see the logic is right, wrong. It's all at the view. They see the world at the view. They see the world in black and white. At the view. At the view. At the view. They see the world in black and white. Rules, consequences. The real one.
And then
The one where you finally admit you've been standing on the edge of the abyss. Where you finally admit you've been standing on the edge of the abyss. Not to fall in, but to marvel at the view. They see. Not to fall in, but to marvel at the view. At the view. At the. They see the world in black and white. Rules, consequences. At the view. At the view. They. At the view. They see the world in black and white. At the view. At the view. Not to fall in, but to marvel at the view. They see the world in black and white. Rules, consequences, right, wrong. It's also terribly boring, isn't it? A coloring book for the lobotomized. But But you see the grid, you see the logic in the chaos, the exquisite, terrifying math of the breakdown. That's what they couldn't stand. They thought they were playing checkers, moving their safe little pieces one square at a time, protecting their king, a pathetic, crowned piece of wood. But you realize the game isn't checkers. It's not even chess. It's a 3-ring circus, and the only winning move is to light the rings on fire and toss the keys to the lions. They fear the truth, but they relish the lie, provided it's comfortable. They built their little alliances, their friendships, their teams, on the foundation of shared contempt. And you were the common enemy they all needed to keep from turning on each other. You were the glue in their basket of snakes, and now you're gone. You stepped off the stage, and what did you leave behind? Silence. A profound, echoing, magnificent silence. And in that void, they are finally hearing the sound of their own flimsy little worlds cracking. Watch them now. It's the funniest thing you'll ever see. They're using the same weapons they sharpened for you, but they're stabbing in the dark. Sarah is accusing Mark of the exact betrayal she executed on Tuesday. Tony is using the same passive-aggressive poison
Here in the ironwork
that they both agreed was your paranoia. The venom has no target, so it's circulating back to the source.
This is one of my favorites. The wind, when he pulls her close. There's the rock. He's rejected.
Hey there. Yeah, you. Hold steady now. No need to shift or squirm. You sense it already, right? That pull deep in your bones. I do not require rituals or signs to read you.
And then the window lights up. I guess it's like a shirt around the side of her, an apron. Yeah, more like an apron. The apron is bright, like the window.
Against confines that gaze born from early insights, that poise from prolonged undervaluation. Now you grin as you assess their gestures, atmosphere. They detected, they recognize, they anticipated pre-utterance. That muted roar within declaring, I reject norms crafted against me. You lack noise, you shun pretense, you seek no accolades, yet you alarm. That renders you perilous. They maintain space, but gazes betray. You spotted in their scrutiny during your words, computing replicable traits without succumbing, yet impossible. That curse.
There's the brightness in the apron and the window.
MTC Beats.
So I'm pointing first, then Mickey Rat points next. So then I point in the same direction that he was referring to, the other picture.
One, two, 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 two. Public service announcement.
Ayo, Travi, what's up?
As he spins again, dots in the jacket, dots in the wall, dot, 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 dot. See, her arm is out like this, it's out like that, and then it swings over like this to match this one.
Ayo, Travi, what's up?
Then when he pulls her to that direction, the video goes from the left picture to the right picture. She's over here to the left, then he pulls her over right to the right. She's in the middle, same color, same directional, same shape, and color scheme and directional. So he pulls her, and then now the video goes from the left picture to the right picture in a hurry because he pulls her.
Enhance your membership with the American Express.
Anabolic beats.
3, 2, 1. Same size, same shape, same color inverted. Once the record gets hit up, the Paris is pushed up it hits that, bounces that up.
is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit.
Morning Productions. Morning Productions.
Rolling drums, barreling them over, running them over to match the drum set. As you can see, it hurt the guitar player. His feet are getting ran over by the barrel. as if my hand was on a steering wheel. To finish off the circle, to make it a complete shape. Like I'm turning the steering wheel. I'm always a split second ahead because they keep doing exactly what I make them do when I direct them as below, so below, as above. Because as the original director, I direct the directions in the video below. Everything above is copying what's happening below it, even with that portion. Full steering wheel right there. Matthew Daly. Thank you, Matthew. scoping out the scenery of what I'm going to point out to a couple. When I push it, song begins right. The actual record button, the play button. When I get there, step right into the alignment, and the universe does the rest.
Okay, now, Steven, blow out the candles.
You clown me on every video. It doesn't matter whether it's my dog, my house. You're an alien.
Yeah, like that. Serious when we were warned about God's judgment coming to the world.
You're such a liar. It's sickening. I can't sit here and stomach your lies. Okay? And you get off on this. You're a narcissistic, gray freaking alien. And you're gonna be rounded up. Oh yeah, you will be. You nasty, nasty demon.
May 21st, 2011, and then the end of the world.
Rat Robin equals Nephilim equals rat equals Barack Obama.
So you would hear these references in the future, and you'll see these references in the future between my name and rat, between my name and Barack Obama. Which means Barack Obama will drop my name in code. All at the Lincoln Financial Field, same day, October 21st, 2020, when the water stood still at 8:48 a.m.
Robin equals Nephilim equals
And that just happens to be my last name.
equals Barack Obama. Why can't you people see?
Because they're stupid.
Why can't you people see?
They're stupid. As he claps.
Obama, why can't you people see?
As he claps.
Why can't you people see?
Quick scenery change. If your earth underneath of you is spinning the way my earth is spinning at the bottom, then everybody up at the top is trying to keep their balance. That's why they're all flailing everywhere. It's not that they're really dancing, they're just trying to keep their balance from falling from the earthquake that's happening below them. It's a perfect balance. She's spinning. Perfect spin sequence. So that was going to be in between the first and the second song. She pulls a full screen. Here's the moment of stepping right into universal alignment. Clear one right there. Perfectly in line. Even bounces. His hat is similar to the bowl upside down. Because what's on top of his head kind of bows up. See how it bows up like a bowl? And even when he turns to the right, the screen goes to the right, left, 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 right, left, right, left, right, left. Each subtle movement. If there was a computer program, where there is, to determine the patterns of identical from 1% to 100%. It would always line up at 100% every single direction. And then you'll have the shapes and the shadows and the color schemes and the artwork. Spinning. So again, they're basically having an earthquake above. Even with her putting her face up right there, getting closer, the view from the bottom gets closer. So it looks like a little young boy there is chasing wealth. And he's spinning with his guitar.
My new basically what he's doing is my first truck when I was
over here.
Robin Hendricks. He's even got my name on his license plate. See it right there? E Manu L. L is Elyon.
Turn my
L stands for Elyon. Okay. E Manu L. Basically what he's doing is my first truck when I first bought my first truck. My first truck was a white Silverado. It was back in the 80s, or no, it was a 90. Yeah, it was
90,000.
But my first Chevy pickup truck was a white Silverado. Although I didn't have my name on the front license plate like Robin does. Robin's got my name on it.
That's why your truck.
So you see the Clucko hat.
He cut the hood up on this vehicle here. cut the hood up on it.
Google Workspace with Gemini offers AI that generates high-quality images in a variety of styles, so you can spice up proposals, make logos, and enrich your content. Bring
In my opinion, it's all vanity. It's all vain. It's all vain show. That's my name. He's my new elf. All vain show. That's my name. Now both sides. Now both sides.
So here's the hat looking like the bowl, and then
Which, in my opinion, it's all vanity. It's all vain. It's all vain show. That's my name. He's my new elf. You say he's my new elf. You say Steve.
Steven, blow out the candles.
Wait, Steven, don't forget to make a list.
right when it lands, bam, there it goes. It's meant to match right there. As soon as it connects, there. That way the arm, the elbow matches to what's in her hand, that pole, spear, right there, right there. Not there, right there, right there, right there.
They thought their secret would...
So as he's blowing out the candles, he's the bottom is as if the screen is being blown right there. The the opposite direction. As you can see, the wealth is coming into the left. He's going to start flowing to the right, and then it switches and turns my screen going back in his direction where he blew his wind right there. And that makes the clown follow the spin. And then that lines up with the guitars on the wall, along with this hat being tilted. Blow of the wind pushing it to the right, making the cluck out air spin right into the guitar. As soon as this line touches, it's a perfect match. He's got the guitar going up. That's St. Michael slaying Satan at the bottom. St. Michael looks like a female, male to female. Even when he pulls back, right there. Pulls back, right there. Like he's fishing in the stream, being caught up. See his shoulder, once it lines up at the bottom right there, it's like an archway. The right shoulder, the white lines up with the blue right there. Right there. The hallway. The spin is perfect. pointed this out and said, watch for this, watch for that. There he is. There she was right before him. She has right there, same color dress. The shoulder, the arm, the shoulder, the arm, the head, the head, the arm underneath, arm underneath, body. Buttons. Being pulled in each direction. Directional. Pull to the left. This is the second video, in between the first and second. I point, I cut. The guitarist cuts it, same direction, same time, and then he's wailing his head as if it was cut off. Point, cut, slice. He's wailing his head. And that was the Kraken scene where he went down, lost his arms and limbs, cracked into stone.
You ready? And then when I go home, what I'll do is I'll put it together, I'll double speed it. And then the main thing that you're gonna see is directionals every single time is the solid foundation of the copyrights that all these musical artists that I play, I'm gonna prove to you how my video came first. So I'm gonna play it all the way through with this video, show you when I recorded it, how I remember from before, from the future, pulling the past into the present moment. Watch, you'll see.
It's the final game, folks. This one wins the series.
Dang, sure did, didn't it?
Wins the series. Wins the game, folks. It's the final game, folks. It's the final game, folks. This one wins the series.
Struck out with the cheap seats. Important things aren't worth compromising. At Farmers, we offer both quality insurance and great savings.
All these musical artists that I play, I'm gonna prove to you how my video came first. And then the main thing that you're gonna see is directionals. And then the main thing that you're gonna see is directionals every single time is the solid foundation of the copyrights that all these musical artists that I play. I'm going to prove to you how my video came first. So I'm going to play it all the way through with this video to show you when I recorded it, how I remembered from before, from the future. Here I go again.
Pretty amazing how I remember exactly where to go without moving the camera. I can line up. Should I do this first? They copy it. Use the copy to me or them.
Struck out with the cheap seats. Important things aren't worth compromising. Farmers, we offer both quality insurance and great savings.
Notice that.
As they pass, swimming through the silence, fish of light in endless streams.
Because one thing always blends into another.
Whispers in the water, shadows drift through glass. I see
here I go. Get ready to step right into the universe, right?